Hey guys, next series of the e-collar intro video. So many people ask, how do I know if my dog feels the e-collar? So what I'm going to do here is figure out what Cooper's perception level is on the e-collar. So basically what this is going to be is the level that he can feel at the absolute lowest. Again, we use e-collar technologies. These go from 1 to 100. So what I'm going to be looking for is something that's very, like a slight change in his appearance. So he is an anxious guy right now. This is going to be his first introduction to e-collar, so I'll have to definitely watch him closely on what he's giving me. I'm going to get him back into a sit position just because I do find that I'm able to find a little bit more of a slight change in the dog's ear, eyes, maybe their mouth was open and goes closed, maybe they give you a little bit of a head turn. I'm looking for the smallest thing that he gives me, giving me some information that he's feeling this. And then at that point, that'll give me a really good idea on the number that I'm going to start with introducing it to him. But again, the numbers will change over time. If he, say, feels it at a 7, and we're working with him and he starts to get more used to it, we might have to dial down to a 4, or maybe he gets a little bit more intense in a certain situation and I have to go up to a 14. We have no idea what that's going to look like. So you aren't going to see me much in this video because I want to make sure you get a really good view of the dog. So just watch him and then I'll obviously let you know what number I find that's working for him. So the way that I find it is I start at a very low number, so I start at 1 and I just tap the e-collar to see what the dog gives me. Some people dial up the number until the dog, gives you a sign that they feel it. I do that sometimes depending on the dog, but I'm going to start with the way that I do it most often, and that's just doing tap on numbers. And I do go up by 2. So say I start at 1 and he doesn't feel it, I'm going to go up to a 3 and tap to see what he gives me. So we might be able to see it really easy with this guy because he is so anxious, but it also might be more challenging to see it. So we'll just have to figure that out. But we need to get him back into a sit before we can do anything. Okay, so first off, I can see that the stim is, because it's a muscle stimulator, that's all that this e-collar is. I could see that at a level 5, his muscle was moving a little bit. So to me, that tells me that he's got to feel this, but he didn't give me much information of the standpoint of like, oh yeah, I feel that. When you saw his head turn a little bit and he seemed a little curious, that was at a level 8. So knowing that between a 5 and an 8, he feels it within that range, I'll probably go between a 6 and an 8 with introducing place to him and see what that gives me. So again, you don't need to just put it on your dog and dial up and see when you get like a jumpy reaction from them. You just want to see when you're going to get the absolute slightest, and again, that's going to be how you introduce the dog to the e-collar. So that's the number that I would be working on right away, teaching place. This is not the number I would use to eliminate a behavior or stop anything that's unwanted. For instance, his car chasing. A number 8 would mean absolutely nothing to him. So this is going to be all for our learning stuff right now, and I'm sure it's going to change